I hate to disappoint you, but I'm going to be clear that this video has nothing to do with HVAC. My wife's actually been wanting an e-bike for a while, and so they offered to send this bike out. So we said, yeah, we'll do a review. So here it is. So this is the Oraimo 750 watt fat tire e-bike. I have been blown away by all of the features on this bike for less than $1,000. It has a lot of really nice features. So to start with, back here we have a 750 watt brushless motor. We've got 20-inch wheels with 4-inch fat tires, which make this really comfortable. Even off-road, I did a little bit of riding in grass and dirt, and it was extremely comfortable. We also have the shock absorbers in the front, and the seat also has these little shocks here, as well as a really cushiony seat. So extremely comfortable ride. We have some additional support here if we wanted to install a rack. And there's also one in the front here. So we could attach a basket with these 4 screws in the front, and we could have additional storage here. Now, as far as the batteries on this bike, it's a really nice design. So there's a button here that shows you how much life left you have. There's 4 bars total. So this would be 3/4 full here. And then on the other side, we'll show you same thing. We have our display here, so we're 3/4 full there. Now on both of these batteries, we have an on-off switch. So if you wanted to just run one of these batteries, you could leave one on and leave the other off, but you can leave both of these on for full capacity. Now the range on this bike is pretty amazing. For a straight battery use, you can expect to go about 40 to 50 miles, which is amazing in itself. That's not utilizing the pedals at all. Now, if you're using a pedal assist, you can expect more like 70, they even say almost 100 miles. So I haven't put that number to the test. I took a pretty long trip to my friend's house. That was about 20 miles. And as you can see, we still have 3/4 charge on the batteries. So according to that, we should get about 80 miles with pedaling and using the batteries as well. Now, as far as the controls, these are really easy to use. So to power this on, you would hold the power button, and this tells you how much pedal assist you want. So you would go up, you can go all the way up to 5. And then what took me a little bit to figure out is if you press this down all the way to where it shows nothing here, then everything is controlled with this throttle right here. As you can see, the wheel is spinning now. And another awesome feature about this bike is that the kickstand doesn't just have one leg to where it's tilted, it's completely equally displaced on the weight, and it has 2 sides. So I really like that feature as well. Now, right here, you see a power display. So this shows you combined with your batteries how much power you have left. So that's a nice indicator. And also at night, this is really nice to have a front light. So I think that's kind of dual purpose. We also have reflectors, which when you take this out of the box, there's a little bit of assembly required. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes to put it together, and it was extremely easy. The front wheel was off, and we just slid this pin in. It's a quick release, so we would just open this tab here, and we could easily take that front wheel off if you wanted to put this on like a bike rack that attaches to the fork. We also had to assemble this front flare and the handlebars, and that was pretty much it. So we have some reflectors there. We have one on each wheel, so it'll keep you safe during the nighttime if you're taking a spin at night. And then going back up here to the front, the handlebars are very ergonomic. They're really comfortable with these wrist supports here as well. And then you simply have your front brake and your rear brake there. I will add that the brakes work really well as it has dual disc brakes. That's something that some of these cheaper bikes don't have. And I really like that about the Oraimo fat tire bike. So to show you how easy this bike is to use, I'm going to show you one-handed. So the rear disc is maybe needs a little bit of adjusting. It's making a little bit of noise. So this was the dilemma I was having. I wanted to go slow and just pedal next to my friend who didn't have an e-bike. And this was the dilemma. I just wanted to go super fast. Even on setting number 1, I couldn't just go a real low speed. And so here's what I did to resolve that. Like I said before, if you go negative 1 more time until there's no help from the pedal assist portion, watch how slow I can go now. I can pedal on my own, completely without motor, or I could just barely pull the throttle on this and I can go slow. And then if I want to go faster, I can pull the throttle all the way and it gets up to speed really fast. So really easy to use. Again, I'm using this with one hand, so it's obviously not overly powerful to where it's gonna like make you lose control, but it's pretty quick and it's a lot of fun to ride. So one of the downsides, and it might just be me misreading the description, on Amazon it says that this bike is a 5-speed, but as you can see it has one solitary gear on the front and one on the rear. But what they meant was that it has 5 adjustments for how much assist you have while pedaling. So if you're going up a real steep hill, you can't gear down with this bike, so it's not really great for large hills. It's better for flat surfaces and maybe smaller rolling hills. Now this is a unisex bike, but it does have more of a feminine look to it since it has this easy access. With a men's bike, typically you have a bar here, but this can be used for pretty much anything. If you're commuting short distances in the city, taking a spin down some country roads. It's such a versatile bike, and I'm really excited for my wife to be able to use this. And I'm excited to get another one of these so that we can ride them together and we can go longer distances and not get worn out as fast as just riding, you know, a normal mountain bike. A couple other features about this bike, or specs I should say, is the load capacity for this bike is 550 pounds, which is quite amazing when you think about it. And the top speed is 20 miles per hour. Of all the riding that I did with this bike, 20 miles an hour was plenty fast. I never felt like I needed to go faster. In fact, most times I wanted to throttle back, and it was a good speed to cruise around in. But anyways, that's an overview of the new Oraimo fat tire bike. I haven't had this for super long, so I can't do like a 6-month review. I've only taken it a few times. Like I said, I've taken it about 20 miles. And in those 20 miles, it's done fantastic. I don't have any complaints other than the gearing. And for most people, that's not going to be an issue. This is definitely more of a cruiser bike than like something you would take off-road or obviously mountain biking. The suspension and the seat shocks are more so just for comfort riding around town. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you're in the market for an e-bike, check out Oraimo. They have a nice product to offer. You can find this bike in the video description. And until next time, you guys be safe. Later. Introducing the all-new Milwaukee work bike. Tired of spending all that money on gas and diesel? For less than $1,000, you can have this new Milwaukee work bike.